Hey everybody, it is Rick, and I'm here with a bit of a different take on my Facebook pickups. So normally I kind of mix in like my catalog titles with new release titles, but I've accumulated quite a few titles that I'm actually separating these videos into two. So today I will show you my new release pickups. Funny story, all of these have a slipcover, which is pretty awesome, from my Facebook hookup, which is pretty much dried up. My Facebook hookup is pretty much going to be non-existent anymore. So my new release Facebook hauls are going to be, I think, very infrequent, if not at all. And then in 2 weeks, I'll be dropping a video with all my catalog Blu-Rays. And I've bought a ton of catalog Blu-Rays off Facebook. There's also going to be a few 4Ks, sealed Criterion in that, and a DVD and a bunch of CDs. So that's going to be a big video. Like I said, that'll be in 2 weeks because I have a special video for next week that I want to drop on the channel. But so yeah, today's video is all stuff that has slipcovers. It's all newer releases. Looks like 12 Blu-rays, a couple Blu-ray TV series, and a few 4Ks. So we're going to dive right into this. The first film here, I saw the trailer, it looks good, but it also looks like it's going to be pretty sad and heartbreaking. A romantic comedy, but with a heavy subject matter, if you will. Jay Farrow's in this, but also Jessica Roth from the Happy Death Day movies and Harry Shum Jr. from Glee. Universal, I believe, put this out. Yep. It says it's inspired by a true love story, and that is All My Life. So yeah, I'm curious to check this one out. Like I said, I anticipate it to be pretty sad. Basically, the premise is they discover something between the two of them, and they rush their wedding. So that's all I really know about it. But it looks like it could be a sad one. But it also looks like it could be a fun romantic flick. So All My Life, grab that. This one I'm actually a little more intrigued to watch than I was, because my buddy Jacob from the JQH channel talked about this on the newest episode of the Megapodtastic podcast, which at the time of recording this was the new episode that just dropped the other day, Friday. He said it was pretty good. He gave it a high five on the podcast, so I'm definitely more curious now. And it has a film called Don't Tell a Soul from Lionsgate, starring Jack Dylan Grazer, Fionn Whitehead, Mina Savari, and Rainn Wilson. I was told it's kind of advertised as like a horror movie, but I think it's more of a suspense film based on what Jacob said. Short 96-minute runtime, and I heard there is a twist in the film, so that'll be fun to check out. Like I said, he gave it high praise. He gave it a high five. So something I was kind of curious about, but the excitement level has kind of been pushed up a bit. So Don't Tell a Soul there. You guys, if you watched my quick video where I got a movie for $5 from this Mind on Movies group, I actually got this title, and then I had already pre-ordered it on Facebook. So I sold the sealed copy of it because I'm going to open it and watch it anyway. It's another Lionsgate film, and it is Fatale, which stars Hilary Swank and Michael Ealy. I believe somebody else is in this that is recognizable. Mike Coulter is the other name that I was thinking of. So this looked like it would be an interesting movie. Don't know if it's a multiple watch movie, but looks like it would be a fun watch for sure. So I grabbed that. Like I said, most of these I paid $5 for. So that's why I loved my Facebook hookup, and it's pretty much dried out and gone. We have another Lionsgate film. I saw the trailer for it and it looked interesting. This one stars Katherine Heigl, Madison Iseman, Israel Broussard, and Harry Connick Jr., and that is Fear of Rain. This is, like I said, another Lionsgate film on Blu-ray. So it looked like it would be interesting. This looks more like a horror movie, or at least a thriller, so curious. It is PG-13, it always has me kind of leery, but nonetheless, got that to check out. this is cool because this was actually brand new factory sealed, put out by Vertical. This got pushed back. This was supposed to come out like 2 years ago and kept getting pushed back and moved around. Finally came out. Stars Rosamund Pike, Joel Kinnaman, Common, Anna de Armas, Clive Owen, and has a film called The Informer. Like I said, this doesn't have a digital copy, so this one is actually still brand new sealed because the guy I would buy from would sell digital copies. That's why I got such good deals. So I am curious to check this one out. This looks pretty good. Like I said, I saw a trailer for it like 2 years ago and it kept getting pushed back, which is pretty annoying, but pretty curious to check that one out. Another one that has piqued my interest, I've heard mixed things about. I was trying to get it on 4K, but Blu-ray is good enough because I have a feeling this might just be a one-time watch for me. This being a Paul W.S. Anderson film that also has, let's see, Ron Perlman, Megan Good, T.I., Tony Jaa, and of course it's a Paul W.S. Anderson movie, so Mila Jovovich is in it, and that is Monster Hunter, which is based on a video game. I don't expect much from this, honestly. It's a Sony Entertainment release. I expect big CGI monsters and nonstop action and not really good performances, but we'll see. Maybe I'll be surprised, but that's what I'm expecting from this film. So, Monster Hunter on Blu-ray. This is towards the top of my to-watch list, honestly. This came out from Universal recently. This is probably the newest thing I've gotten from my Facebook hookup. Want to watch this one. Once again, did not have it on 4K, so I got it on Blu-ray. This is directed by Paul Greengrass and stars Tom Hanks, and that is News of the World. Definitely excited to check this one out. Like I said, this is top of my to-watch list, towards the top of it. So, News of the World, very cool. Very excited to check this one out. Check out Tom Hanks with the beard. Love it. Oh, man, itchy nose. This movie is fantastic. You guys know it was in my top 10 of 2020 list. Actually, top 5 if I'm not mistaken. A fantastic cast in this movie that was directed and written by Emerald Fennell. Obviously, Carey Mulligan is the lead in this. Bo Burnham, Alison Brie, Jennifer Coolidge, Laverne Cox, Connie Britton. Just a ton of familiar faces. And that is Promising Young Woman on Blu-ray there. Like I said, this movie was outstanding. Really good flick. One I highly recommend if you haven't seen. Watched it on premium VOD and had to get it on physical when it came out. And here it is in the collection. Next up is another Lionsgate film. And I love the lead actor in this movie, Nick Robinson. So, he was really good in Love, Simon, Kings of Summer. It also stars, what's his name? Paul Walter Hauser, who was in Richard Jewell, and what's the main guys? Jason Clarke. I always forget his name. But it's about like the dark web and the underground of the online situation. It's based on a true story, I believe. Yeah. It's an unregulated marketplace, and it is Silk Road, which, like I said, people trade drugs and guns, and Bitcoin is tied to it, and all this craziness. So, Silk Road on Blu-ray from Lionsgate. Curious to check this one out. The trailer for it looked really good, and like I said, I love Nick Robinson. He's been really good in pretty much everything I've seen him in. This movie, I didn't realize was coming to Hulu. I probably would have just waited and not gotten it on Blu-ray, because from what I've heard, it's not very good and it's probably just a one-time watch. It stars Paul Walter Hauser again. Also, Craig Robinson, Sophia Carson, KJ Apa, Bradley Whitford, Demi Moore. And this is a movie that came out this year. And the subject matter probably could be a little unsettling for some, because it's about basically, I think they call it COVID-20. So it's about a big pandemic that occurs in a fictional movie. And a lot of people think it's too soon for that since we're still dealing with the pandemic of COVID-19. But it is from Michael Bay, the producer of The Purge and A Quiet Place, and that is Songbird. So like I said, I have not really heard good things about this, but I was curious. Like I said, if I would have known it was on Hulu, which it's now on Hulu, I would have just watched it on Hulu and not bought this. But worst comes to worst, I watch it, I don't like it, I just sell it on eBay. So Songbird. We got 2 more Blu-rays. The next one, I don't know much about this. I really, my guy asked me if I wanted it, and I said, yeah, why not? It stars Sienna Miller and Diego Luna, and it is Wander Darkly, with the cool slipcover that people have talked about, where it's reverse, the faces. So, pretty cool, at least the artwork. And I don't know much about it. It says a traumatic accident leaves a couple in a surreal state of being that takes them on a disorienting journey through the duality of their shared moments. By reliving fond recollections from the beginning of their romance while also navigating the overwhelming truths of their present, they must discover what truly binds them. I don't know. I don't know what to expect, but it sounded interesting, and it was a great deal. So, Wander Darkly, I grabbed it. Like I said, this is a Lionsgate film, so I grabbed that. Tons of Lionsgate and Universal stuff in this haul. And then the last regular Blu-ray is also a Lionsgate title. And this is before we get into TV shows and a few 4Ks. Starring Charlotte Vega and Matthew Modine. I have heard of very mixed things. I've heard this movie's fantastic. I've heard this movie's awful. It's a reboot, I believe, of a franchise. I believe. I don't think it's a sequel. And that is Wrong Turn. Like I said, I've heard very, very mixed things about this film. But we'll see. When I'm in the mood for a new horror movie, I will check it out. At least it's rated R. It's not a PG-13 horror movie. I feel like PG-13 horror usually, 90% of the time, not good. But Wrong Turn here on Blu-ray. We'll check that out. Next up is a couple of HBO shows, both released by Warner Brothers, that I got on Blu-ray. This one is a show that I really, really want to watch. I need to dive into this, honestly, because I've heard fantastic things, and I really want to watch it. And it is Lovecraft Country, which I believe is based on the H.P. Lovecraft book, or kind of like an homage to H.P. Lovecraft. Let me see. Yeah, it's kind of like an homage to H.P. Lovecraft. It's very sci-fi oriented from what I hear. Horror, sci-fi, mystery, with a fantastic cast. Jonathan Majors, Journey Smollett, Courtney B. Vance, Michael Kenneth Williams, Jada Harris, Abby Lee. So Lovecraft Country, Season 1. Like I said, an HBO show I've heard fantastic things about. And then the other series here stars Nicole Kidman and Hugh Grant. I believe this is a limited series, so this might only be one season. And that is The Undoing. I don't know much about this. It looked like it was interesting. It had an interesting premise to it. So I grabbed that. The Undoing on Blu-ray. And then last but not least, we have a couple animated 4Ks here to add to the collection. The first one being, and we already watched this, and I think I talked about this in a review video a few weeks back. That is The Croods, A New Age. Did not enjoy this one as much as the original, but still a fun movie. I definitely think these are really fun family movies. Looks really great on 4K. So, yeah, wanted to grab that to add to the collection. And last but not least is the Disney Pixar film Soul. Wanted to grab this on 4K. I have most Disney Pixar movies on 4K. And wanted to continue the tradition of getting them on 4K. Didn't really feel like I needed to get the Steelbook, as I didn't love this movie as much as some people. I personally preferred Onward over this movie last year. A lot of people, assume this will win the Oscar, although I'm recording this a week before the Oscars. This probably won't drop till like 2 weeks after, so let's see if my prediction's right. I think Onward was a better movie, personally, but Soul was a good movie. It definitely looked nice, and I heard the 4K blows away how the 4K on Disney Plus looks, which is how I watched it. So, yeah, add this to the collection. Soul on 4K. That is it, guys. That is everything from the new release Facebook haul. I'm going to try to do an elevator here. So thank you guys for watching, as always. Let me know which of these movies, as I have not seen any of them except for Croods and Promising Young Woman. Which of these movies should I put towards the top of my list? Obviously, News of the World is high up there. But a lot of these I have not seen. Definitely curious about them. I've also seen Soul. So Soul, Croods, and Promising Young Woman I've seen, but none of the other stuff I've seen. News of the World, definitely want to check out sooner than later. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. So thank you as always for watching. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up and hit the bell notification so you guys know when new videos drop. Leave comments down below. Let me know which of those movies should I put towards the top of my list to watch besides News of the World. And that is it, guys. So be sure to check out the description box down below where you can find links to my Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Letterboxd, where I rate and review all the movies I watch, Blu-ray.com profile, eBay store, Amazon, wishlist, email address, P.O. box. All can be found down below. That is it, guys. So as always, until next time, who's down to movie?